Hi guys, and welcome back for another video review here on Ricky's Vape Spot. Today we'll be taking a look at the Gemini RTA by Vaporesso. I haven't actually enjoyed a sub-ohm tank in quite some time. Mainly because I have shifted since the last purchase of a sub-ohm tank. It was the Kangar Tech Sub-Tank Mini and the Aspire Atlantis V1, so that was like ages ago. And I actually haven't, since those two, I have tried them, but I did not purchase any sub-tanks or sub-ohm tanks. Mainly because all the versions later that came out were they just had minor improvements and bigger coils. Dual coils, quadruple coils, sextuple coils, octa coils, something. And what it came down to, it was just like, this sub-tank has the most cloud production, the most vapor production. And at that point I just got basically tired of lung inhales. Not that it's hard for me, it's just, first of all, I realized since I was going out a lot that wherever you came you cannot blow big clouds, so I kind of moved back to mouth-to-lung tanks, and since then use my K-Funs on a regular basis. But I do enjoy a dripper, especially for some flavor testings when I'm at home. And I wanted to try those new RTAs that came out when Geek Vape came out with the Griffin RTA. I heard a lot of good things about it, especially the flavor and vapor production. And later on, the Vaporesso came out with the Gemini tank, and I knew I'm gonna try one of those. Why I picked the Gemini RTA to try, I have no idea. I just heard it's a little bit better, so I haven't tried the Griffin. But I guess they're both mainly the same. So today we'll be taking a look at the Gemini RTA by Vaporesso. And before I talk a little bit more about that, let's go down and have a closer look at it. Okay guys, here we are with the Gemini RTA tank by Vaporesso. Let's do an unboxing. On the front we have the tank, Gemini RTA color silver. On the back we do have some specifications. I will let them if you want to read. So this is a 3.5 milliliter capacity, size 22 times 22 times 65, so it's a 22 millimeter device. So the Gemini RTA comes in this paper sleeve. This out. And inside we have the tank. Let's get this out. Oh, pretty nice. Airflow control, top airflow control. Pretty good. Inside the box, what else do we have? Let's check it out. Underneath we do have, we have an extra tank here, and I suppose that's another drip tip, or the drip tip adapter right here. And here's the extra glass tank section. And we do get a spare of goodies. We get 2 Clapton coils. I will be installing those a little bit later, as well as silicone rings. Oh, and this is the 510 drip tip adapter, and we also get a smaller drip tip here. I'll take that out for you. So how this basically works is you take out the white bore drip tip, and then you basically put in the drip tip adapter with the drip tip. It is pretty smaller size, okay. I think I'll just place this inside here, and then like so. So should you want to use your own drip tip, you have a drip tip adapter. Works pretty good. Let's check it out. Let's break it apart. So we do have the deck section here, center posts, airflow, everything, and the tank section comes apart too, like so. And then this could be, let's put this aside, this too, drip tip adapter. And here we have the Gemini RTA by Vaporesso all broken down. I didn't break down the tank section here, but you can do that too. In case you break the glass and then want to replace it, here is the base, the top cap, their wide bore mouth, drip tip, and we have the drip tip adapter with the smaller bore drip tip here. So let's put it back together again. Pretty squeaky, but I guess that's because it's dry. Otherwise the threads actually seem pretty smooth. Then on top we put in the top cap, like so. Screw this together, and then you can choose either the wide bore drip tip. Underneath we have 510 pin. It seems raised enough should you want to put this on a hybrid connection. Although I don't use hybrid connections myself, but I guess you could do it because it's pretty much raised. Let me show you. Okay. So that was it for the unboxing. Let's go back to FaceTime and we'll talk a little bit more about it and put a build inside. See, clouds. That was the unboxing for the Vaporesso Gemini tank. Next thing we'll do is we'll put a build inside. I actually did the unboxing and the build a few days back, just so I can test it out and give you my opinions on the tank. And sorry in advance for the sloppy building and everything. It was the first time that I was doing it on this tank, so I guess it'll get better with time. So let's put a coil in the tank and wick it. Okay guys, so let's put a build inside and try how it vapes. I will unscrew the tank. I'm having it on the iStick Pico. So what we basically need is the Allen key, and as I said, I will be using their coils that came with the tank. So we have 2 Clapton coils. Put the silicone rings back in the bag so I don't use them, and we do get extra screws in case we lose them. So to install the coils, this is a velocity style deck. We will just simply unscrew those grub nuts from the side. I really wish those were kind of easier to handle, but for now they seem pretty good. I basically never unscrew them all the way because it can be a pain to get them back in. So I've unscrewed the grub nuts, and now we'll install them. Since the coil is one lead is down, one lead is up, I will put it like so. Center it above the airflow, exactly above the airflow, and tighten the screws. You'll see that just in a second. Now the other one. And I think those screws will make a nice connection. After I've inserted the coils, I will try to get them. It's a 3mm coil. I will take my nail clippers and clip the wires. And I will do the exact same thing on the other side. So one lead goes down, one lead goes up. Now you don't want the coils to stick out too much because they can short with your chamber here, but that should work pretty fine, I guess. Let's get rid of those leads. Always once you install the first coil, it's kind of pain in the ass to get to the other leads, but it's working pretty fine. Okay, looking good. Let's test fire it. Glowing, glowing, glowing. The other one does have a little bit of a problem. You might even want to pinch them a little bit together, so not too much. Let's keep it spaced. Now you want them approximately at the same height, tending more down towards the airflow. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. So, and we end up with a nice dual Clapton coil. I should maybe get the wattage up a little bit more. Yeah, not really glowing evenly. Yeah, I think that should work fine. I think that should really work fine right now. We are ready to wick it. I will use cotton bacon today. Cotton bacon stripes. I will just take a stripe like so. And now all you basically want to do is getting your cotton through nice and tight, like so. And then just basically get another piece of cotton, stick it in the other side, like so. Okay, nice and even. All I want to do now basically is cut the wick short, so they're just slightly inside the juice chamber here. I don't want them to be all the way down, so I will cut them tank width, and on the other side the same thing, and you end up with something like that. So it's nice and fluffy. So what I'm going to do now is take a small screwdriver and gently place the wicks inside this. So stuffing it down, but you need to take care that there's not too much cotton inside, otherwise it's not gonna saturate your wick properly. Like so. Just get the cotton out of the way so you can screw back the tank. Like so. Just a little bit, just tuck it in slightly. Okay, now, so let's juice this up. Today's juice I'll be using is Milk by Glass liquids. So now all there is left to do is test fire to see if something's giving us. Yes, and we have vapor coming. I will put back the tank section and then unscrew top cap. All we need to take care of is that we actually close the juice flow holes, like so. Okay, open and closed. So we'll close them down, fill the tank, and we're ready to go. Top cap back on, open the juice flow control, let some bubbles come in, and that should about do it. Okay, I will open the airflow control halfway and halfway open here too, and that should do it basically. So let's take it back up to FaceTime and have a vape. So as I mentioned already before, I did the unboxing and the build a few days back, so I can have a little more playtime with it and give you my opinion on how it is to use the tank. And I have to say, it's really an amazing tank. The flavor and vapor production is there. One of my biggest holy moments was basically the juice consumption. I'm telling you guys, this is a juice whore. I get through 3.5 milliliters of juice in like half an hour, 45 minutes. And I'm not even giving it a try. So if you go out with such a tank, just carry a juice bottle with you. Otherwise, everything else is basically on point. One thing that I don't agree with the tank, especially with the specifications on the box here, it says direct to lung, mouth to lung. Basically what they say is that it's a full range use either used for direct lung hits or mouth to lung hits. I have to say that this tank is amazing to use as a direct lung inhale type of tank. If you open up the airflow control all the way, you can basically breathe through it. And clouds for days. I usually keep mine like 2/3 closed, 2/3 closed on both the top airflow and the bottom airflow. And I can still get a comfortable direct lung inhale. They say it's a mouth to lung tank too, but I gotta say, even when I close off all the airflows all the way down. It gets restricted, but still not restricted enough for a comfortable mouth to lung hit. I can try and do a direct lung hit, all closed up, so all holes are closed off. It's pretty tight, but you can do it. Even with the 510 drip tip adapter and a smaller drip tip, I still have kind of issues. And especially you need to know that if you close off all the airflow holes, you don't have direct airflow to it. I don't know where it is getting it from, but it sure as hell isn't hitting the coils as it's supposed to be, especially because it is a dual coil tank. You have to have at least some airflow hitting the coils. And as soon as you open it up, it's getting way too loose for a comfortable mouth to lung hit. So what else is there to say about this tank? I actually really like the machining on it. You maybe heard some squeaking when I was unboxing it and trying to unscrew all the parts, but that just goes away immediately as soon as it's a little bit juiced up. I didn't have any leaking with it, no spit back. At least not from the wattage I'm vaping in now. Look, the dual coil that I set up before is coming out to 0.54 ohms. I'm vaping it at 45 watts. And it's pretty good. It's doing an amazing job. Another positive thing about this tank is that it comes with so much options. You do get an extra glass tank, so in case you break it, you can just replace it. It gives you 2 Clapton coils inside ready to install, which is no big deal. You get the 510 drip tip adapter in case you want to use your own drip tip, which is awesome too. And the airflow for this device, actually when you're using it as a direct lung inhale tank, it's amazing. So if you're planning to using that as a direct lung inhale tank, I would highly recommend it. Another big plus for this tank is the price point. I got mine directly here in Croatia at mtmstore.eu, and this came out to be 30 euros, 30.64 euros, which is amazing for the things that you get, especially given the fact that you can still buy Kanger sub-tanks, which are basically more expensive than this. I think the machining on this is far more superior than it is on those older tanks that we used before. I didn't have any problems, it came clean to me, I basically didn't even have to wash it. So all I can say for this tank is, if you're into direct lung inhales and if you're into sub-ohm tanks, you should give this a try. Either this one or the Geek Vape Griffin, although I heard this one is slightly better. If you by any chance own both of those tanks, the Griffin and the Gemini tank, please let me know down in the description what you think of them and which one you prefer. And I think that's about it for this video today. I hope you did find some of those information useful. If you did, please hit the like button. Also subscribe to my channel, that would mean a lot to me. I'm wishing you all a wonderful rest of the day. Keep on vaping, and I'll see you again soon.